Hi guys, so I'm going to read Pep Comics number 5. So this was published in June of 1940. So Pep Comics, starring The Shield, G-Man Extraordinary. The Shield, G-Man Extraordinary. Joe Higgins, G-Man Extraordinary, is The Shield. Only one living man knows The Shield's true identity. And that man is the chief of the FBI. The Shield, in action, is bullet and flame-proof, and has the power to perform extraordinary feats of physical courage and daring, with the speed of a bullet and the strength of a Hercules. He devotes his life to shielding the government from all enemies. The Shield is now on his way back to Washington, after having successfully smashed a Mosconian sabotage plot against the U.S. government at Pearl Harbor. In the Mosconian headquarters, somewhere in Washington.
We must rid ourselves of this Shield.
There is a boat sailing from Pearl Harbor. If the Shield is to come here at all, he will be a passenger on that boat. Good. We will send a message to our submarine there.
A spectacular extra reaches the American public.
Extra! Read all about sensational plot smashed by mysterious Shield.
Aboard the Mosconian submarine at Pearl Harbor.
A message from headquarters in Washington.
We are to blow up the boat at Pearl Harbor. The Shield must be destroyed. But what if he is not on board?
Then we have lost nothing except the lives of some warless Americans.
But the Mosconian plotters have not miscalculated. The Shield is one of the passengers. I have a hunch I haven't seen the last of those Mosconians. The Mosconian submarine overhauls the ocean liner.
They are in sight. We cannot torpedo them. That would be an act of warfare.
The ship is passing close to a submerged volcano. Prepare the electromagnetic rays.
The electromagnetic ray magnetizes the rudder so that the ship's direction is controlled by the submarine. At the helm of the ocean liner, the helmsman is startled to feel the wheel grow slack under his grip.
Good heavens! The boat is veering in a different direction. Say, something's wrong. We seem to be heading straight for that volcano.
Higgins goes to ask the captain and overhears.
I can't control the ship's direction. Good Lord, we'll smash into that submerged volcano.
The Shield decides to take a hand. I'm going to look at that rudder. I've always wanted to swim in the middle of the Pacific anyway. The murdering dogs. They're deliberately trying to sink this ship. The Shield performs an amazing feat, steering a giant ocean liner with his 2 hands. I've broken the ray's contact. Now if I can only swing this boat aground in time. Inside the submarine,
He's inhuman! Quick!
We see if even the Shield can withstand our torpedoes.
while aboard the ocean liner,
He'll never get the people off on time. Look! The ship's going away from the volcano!
the weirdest battle man has ever known rages. The ship is guided by the Shield's incredible strength. If I try to twist this rudder anymore, it'll break off my hands. But the rudder cannot alter the ship's direction soon enough. It crashes with a frightful roar.
Women and children first!
Help! Help!
The Shield makes for the submarine. I'll give those murdering swine a taste of their own medicine. Wait a minute. I've got better ideas. The shield hits upon a ruse. He rips at the hatch. This ought to bring them to the surface. The Mosconians are terrified.
I'd rather be drowned as to face the shield. We will all be drowned like rats.
We emerge!
The shield's plan works. I'll drive those rats from their hole. The shield puts his superhuman muscles into full play. That's enough playing with this thing. Oops! And now for a little visit. Oh, Mosconians! Only your kind would pull a trick like that.
Kill him!
I'm really beginning to enjoy this now.
Ooh.
The shield spies a spare battery. Whoa, Nelly. I think I'll put an end to your Mosconian shenanigans. The shield handles the huge battery as though it were a feather. Now we'll really have some fun. There's only one way to bring those rats from their holes. The hydraulic acid in the battery unites with water to form deadly chlorine gas. And that's to smoke them out. Well, well. Guess you boys are ready to see things my way. The shield takes over the submarine controls. I'm alright, as long as I can hold my breath. The shield soon brings the submarine alongside the struggling passengers. Steady now, you'll all be safe soon.
Help! I'm drowning! There wasn't a life lost, thanks to you.
The shield proceeds to extract information from the sub's commander. Where can I find your chiefs? Each time the captain crawls from the chlorine-filled interior, the shield throws him back. This is a nice game. I'll have to play it more often.
Don't! I'll tell! Our agents are plotting in Washington. They have headquarters in suburbs.
So you wanted to get rid of me before I gummed up the works? A U.S. destroyer arrives in response to the SOS.
Look! A rescue ship!
What a break. They've got airplanes aboard. Aboard the rescuing battleship.
And so the shield captured the Mosconians. Good Lord, he's gone.
Sorry to be so rude, gentlemen, but time's a-wasting. That night, the shield arrives in California. Mosconians watch every airport, every train terminal, every harbor from the shield's appearance. At Mosconian headquarters in Washington,
What is? The shield has escaped! We must work fast! The tanks are ready!
the wizard appears. The wizard. My photographic brain showed me you were coming. You lead my stratoplane. And how I need it. The Mosconians are plotting in Washington. Good luck. The shield whizzes through the stratosphere in the wizard's stratoplane at amazing speed. And in a short time, he arrives in Washington. The shield proceeds to Mosconian headquarters. The wizard told me to send the plane back with the robot pilot. Say, that robot pilot does work. I'll listen in on their plan before I give them the displeasure of my company.
The switches will guide dynamite-laden tanks to the White House and the Congressional Library.
I've heard enough. Your roof seems to be a little leaky.
The shield!
Get outside, rat, and see if it's raining. Maybe I could persuade you boys to stop breathing. The chief of the Mosconians manages to reach one of the switches.
And now, you will see a trick!
The Shield unknowingly has his feet planted on a steel plate, and 1,000 volts of electricity shoot through his body.
He is finished now.
The Shield is shocked into unconsciousness by the terrific current that would have annihilated an ordinary man.
We take no chances. Find in the steel coffin. Here it is.
The Shield is placed inside the coffin, and the lid is bolted down securely.
Bury this coffin in the place we have prepared.
The Shield's coffin is tossed into a ravine.
And soon the Shield is just a memory.
A landslide is precipitated into the ravine by a dynamite blast. The Shield's coffin is buried beneath tons of debris. At Mosconian headquarters,
The Shield will never bother us again.
Good. Now we will send out our tanks.
as the Mosconian chief throws a switch, 2 weird juggernauts of destruction roll out, and onward to their mission of death.
Help!
The Shield regains consciousness.
Where am I? I've got to get out of here.
The earth bulges with the great pressure applied from below. Can even the Shield overcome the dead weight of tons of dirt and rock?
Made it.
A race against time.
I've got to get there before those tanks.
While in the Mosconian headquarters,
When the explosion occurs, the glass will light red.
And then we notify our leader of our success.
in the capital, Congress and the President meet in a special session. My friends, rolling horror on wheels, dooming the greatest institution of democracy in the world, the Congress of the United States.
Stop it!
Like lightning, the Shield intercepts the tank.
Gosh, in the nick of time.
The Shield gains an entrance into the tank with a steel-shattering blow. The Shield rips out the controls.
This'll stop it. Get that dynamite out of there. I've got another errand to do.
The Shield intercepts the second tank, which is about to crash into the Congressional Library. As for you, the Shield lifts the tank as though it were a toy and speeds off with it.
I must be going nuts.
The Shield flings the dynamite-laden tank into the plotter's house and a tremendous blast ensues. Congress and the President were saved by intervention of the famed Shield.
Those reporters certainly have imaginations.
The public receives a startling newsflash. More thrilling adventures of the Shield, G-Man Extraordinary, in the next issue of Pep Comics. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, that'd be appreciated. If you have any requests you want me to do, just let me know in the comments, and I'll tell you when I can do the request. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys later.